Racing New South Wales Stewards today concluded an inquiry opened on the 17th of April at Canterbury Park relative to jockey Glyn Schofield handling of Up and Rolling in Race 6. Having regard to the public interest in the ride, the stewards felt it appropriate in the circumstances to provide a detailed explanation of their decision with the aid of the Stewards Patrol films. From barrier number 6, Glyn Schofield shifts Up and Rolling in behind runners, where he takes up a position on the rail following Destroyer, and to his outside is Hurricane. The stewards had anticipated Up and Rolling taking up a midfield position, having regard to form analysis performed on the race. The stewards assessed the tempo of the event, particularly in the earlier middle stages, to be only moderate. Jockey Glyn Schofield indicated to the stewards that Up and Rolling travelled well behind Destroyer throughout that section of the race. As the field now enters the back straight, we see the tempo of the race continues to remain moderate until a point near the 1,000 metres where Little Miss Chelsea, ridden by Kathy O'Hara, is shifted to the outside and it commences to improve into the event. The result of this manoeuvre results in the tempo of the race increasing to a point where Little Miss Chelsea obtains a position to the outside of Kaziki Dane, and the leading horses then increase their margin on the main body of the field. It is at this point that jockey Glyn Schofield is questioned relative to his tactics as to whether there was an option to improve 3 wide and follow Nahima into the event. Jockey Schofield indicated to the stewards a run developed to the inside of Red Knight, and having regard to the racing pattern on the day, which he had perceived to be advantageous for inside runners, he elected to improve to a run that had established to the inside of Red Knot. He indicated as he endeavoured to obtain this position, Red Knot then shifted in, resulting in Up and Rolling having to be steadied when disappointed for clear running between Red Knot and to the inside Destroyer. As the field now approaches the 400 metres, the Up and Rolling is held up between Red Knot and Destroyer. The only option to obtain clear running is to come back and shift to the outside of Red Knot. However, with Hurricane positioned back to his outside, he's not in a position to do so. Glyn Schofield remains racing to the inside of Red Knot, and as that runner shifts off making the home turn, he improves to its inside, searching for clear running. The stewards found that soon after straightening, Up and Rolling then obtained clear running between Red Knot and the weakening Little Miss Chelsea. As we switch to the head-on vision, we can identify that Up and Rolling is in a position to take advantage of the run between Little Miss Chelsea and Red Knot. And we identify the horse on the outside, Red Knot, ridden by Andrew Atkins, shifts in, crowding the running of Up and Rolling. Apprentice Andrew Atkins is issued with a careless riding charge in relation to this incident. Jockey Glyn Schofield then must ensure that he's clear of the heels of Red Knot before shifting to that runner's outside. At the 200 metres, he obtains clear running to the outside of Red Knot, where he places his mount under pressure. He was then questioned in respect to his whip use in the straight. He indicated to the stewards, as Up and Rolling was inclined to lay in, he endeavoured to pull the whip through to the right hand. He said as he attempted to do so, the whip became entangled in the rein, and for this reason he could not fully test his mount with the whip over the concluding stages. With the aid of Hawkeye technology, stewards closely scrutinised Glyn Schofield's actions in relation to the whip. After careful consideration, the stewards, having regard to all of the circumstances, could not be comfortably satisfied that the evidence provided by Glyn Schofield could be negated to the requisite standard. After considering all of the evidence, stewards determined that G. Schofield's riding of Up and Rolling was not blameworthy. In arriving at this decision, stewards were mindful that 5 previous winners had raced along the rail, and that also, had he obtained clear running between Little Miss Chelsea and Red Knot near the 250 metres, that in all the circumstances Up and Rolling would have gone on to win the race.